Welcome to Conversations with Des. I'm your host, Des Blanchfield. And today I'm joined in the studio, although I'm outside, and we'll get back to why that is. I'm joined in the studio by Kevin Jackson, who's in the USA, and I'm here in Sydney. Kevin, welcome to the show.
Hey, Des, it's great to see you again. Can't wait to see you in real life next week.
Indeed. Well, funny you should say that because we are literally going to see each other. So we're headed to Berlin in Germany for Bosch Connected World 2019, the whole point of this conversation. It's on May the 15th and 16th. Really excited to be there. There's some really exciting topics coming up, which we'll get into in a little bit. But I think, how many hours is it, the flight for you? It's a fairly lengthy flight for you to get there.
Yeah, it's about 10 hours, but I've never been to Berlin, and I'm really looking forward to it. I understand the venue, that Berlin station, is really an awesome site.
It is indeed. In fact, I'll be honest, I've actually never been into the station center or the conference center itself myself. I've been around it a number of times. I've been to Berlin quite a few times. I'm looking forward to getting back there. But yes, it is an amazing spot, and we have some amazing things to take part in. So there's a conference with a bunch of keynotes, panels, and some amazing speakers. Thousands of attendees planned, from what I understand, and I think there's something like 150 major keynotes and a bunch of panels. There's an exhibition running in parallel. I'm looking forward to getting on the exhibition floor and seeing some of the demos and some of the things that are on show, and some hackathons being run in parallel. So it's going to be massive.
Yeah, I figured I'd probably have to find you over there on a keyboard with those hackers.
I don't know about that. So let's talk about what's going to be on show. So Bosch Connected World 2019, May 15th and 16th. We're going to be flying there. I'll see your 10 hours and raise you 27 and a half, by the way. It's a little bit longer to get from Sydney, but that's okay. No complaints. So
be on the bottom of the plane.
Indeed, yeah. Well, I think they're going to strap me to the wing. So Bosch Connected World, the whole topic is about connected. So we're going to be talking about connected mobility and particularly automotive. Connected household appliances, which oddly enough, I'm actually interested in seeing because I actually don't mind the idea of my toaster letting me know that the toaster's popped up because I'm a big fan of warm toast and melted butter. Connected manufacturing, connected agriculture, and I guess the whole topic of Internet of Things, or IoT as we talk. But I know you've got a couple of areas that you're interested in. What are the highlights that you're looking forward to seeing?
Well, I'm all about the cloud and security in the cloud. And the Bosch IoT cloud seems to be an amazing thing. It delivers software to industrial control units and vehicles with modern encryption technology. More than 5 million cars are really being updated today with the Bosch IoT suite. And they have a Bosch elevator cloud. Those movies where the stars are in the movies and the elevators, they're going up and all of a sudden it stops and the music starts playing and everybody screams? Well, the Bosch elevator cloud actually collects data from all of the clouds, from all the elevators, to detect these elevator breakdowns and predict future operational disruptions. Also, did you have milk this morning? Well, there's a tank guard that monitors milk. These tanks are now very sophisticated. They're very complex and have automated cooling, cleaning, and agitator systems. Well, if one of them break, your milk could spoil. So the IoT cloud connects the sensors to the smartphones of the farmers. So if something happens, a failure or malfunction, they can respond immediately.
So there's a number of exciting things we're going to see around this whole space, as you highlighted. In your case, you're excited about the cloud piece. I'm excited about the infrastructure components, particularly what's going to be coming up with Industry 4.0 and the future of work. I think there's two really big shifts there that I'm personally interested in. And mostly I'm interested in these because I think we've had the benefit in the developed world, as we say, in Australia and America and I guess Europe in general. We've had access to a lot of this technology for all of our lives. My parents grew up and had television and radio. I had television and the internet came along. My kids have never known life without the internet and smartphones. But the exciting thing for me that a lot of what Bosch is doing now is it's enabling new and emerging markets. So by that I mean the likes of, and people hear me talk about this a lot, but the three big spaces in the world where there are lots of humans getting access to new technology. So the 54 territories and nations of Africa, 1.1 billion people, India with 1.3 billion, China with something in the order of 1.45 billion. That's roughly 3.8 billion people on this planet who, for the most part, are unbanked. That is, they don't have bank accounts and they're about to get bank accounts. They don't have access to technology. They're about to get a smartphone. And all the world around them, whether it's agriculture, manufacturing, or the industry, or the way they work, is about to be transformed by access to technology like smartphones and 5G. And underpinning all of this is lots of things that move, lots of things that hum, and data being collected from them. So as you indicated, in dairy farming, milk being captured from cows and put into tanks, it could cost everybody their business if they don't know that the tank's getting too hot, too cold, or whatever, and the milk spoils. Exhibition-wise, there's going to be a lot on the floor.
One of the things is that this IoT thing, this connectivity, is going to change society, and the Bosch Connected World is just going to be a glimpse into what's not possible tomorrow, but possible today.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. And I think we often forget that when we go to these events and we're thinking about new and emerging technologies, that we think it's, like the Jetsons, the George Jetson sort of science fiction comic of, it's coming in 10, 20 years. But this technology is here today. They're already implementing it, they're deploying it, they're rolling out. And I'm looking forward to seeing some of the customer stories and the case studies that they've already deployed. So for folk who tuned in, if you are there in person, Kevin and I would love to see you in person. Come and find us. We'll be on the floor. You'll be able to track us through our activities on social media. But if you're not there in person, please do make sure you join the conversation. So jump on Twitter, jump on LinkedIn. Make sure you're following us. We'll be doing a series of live tweets, photo galleries, live streams, some podcasts, and a whole range of other stuff around interviews and so forth. Kevin, what are some of the key things that you want to come away from this event with from your world? I mean, there's an enormous amount to be captured. If there was one key highlight, anything in particular that you would like to bring home with you after you've seen this event?
Well, what's really important is how every industry is being changed by connectivity, and the Bosch IoT cloud is implementing security to protect that data. This is the top of my mind in just about every C-suite. So I really want to learn more about that.
Yeah, and I guess it's extremely topical given that the author of books on the actual topic of security and cloud. For me, Industry 4.0 and particularly the future of work are the big ones for me. I think we've seen some significant changes in the world around how people work, how they live, how they migrate around the place and find new types of work. So I'm looking forward to seeing what's happening in Industry 4.0 and the future of work. So again, we're going to wrap up there. Kevin, thank you so much for making time to jump in the studio with me. I'm outside because that's where I think a lot of the IoT sensor activity that I'm going to be interested in is going to be located. I know you're focused on the cloud and infrastructure, and you gave me a bit of a flashback to Die Hard moments there, getting stuck in an elevator. I might have to watch that on the airplane on the way over. Now, lastly, so we will be having a lot of fun with the Like a Bosch hashtag, but the primary event hashtag is #BCW19, Bosch Connected World 19. So #BCW19, make sure you're following us. Again, make sure you're following Kevin Jackson on Twitter and LinkedIn and myself, Des Blanchfield. We look forward to seeing you there in person if you are going to be in Berlin on the 15th and 16th in Germany at Bosch Connected World 2019. But if not, please do join the conversation, and all likes, comments, and retweets are greatly appreciated. Kevin, thanks for making time. Been great to see you.
No, thank you, and safe travels.
And likewise, mate. I look forward to seeing you in a couple of days in Berlin. Folks, thanks for tuning in, and we'll look forward to sharing updates from the event. I'm Des Blanchfield. We appreciate you joining us.